got short brows, but he's got a big frame. Do you think we should shoot him? I said I wouldn't shoot him, but he looks big. Well, it's a little bit before 9 o'clock. It's Friday, November 6th, and we've been covered up in deer all morning. I took the day off of work today, so I've got 3 days to hunt down here at the River Bottom Farm. This morning we're hunting on the additional acres that I purchased this past spring. And we just did a hanging hunt. We're in this little white oak. I don't know much how the deer move through here, but it's basically this canary grass wetland bottom area. And I've just seen multiple does bedded in here over time, and so I thought we'll come get on the edge of it and see what happens. We've seen 8 or 9 different bucks, and the best of which is the black-eyed 10. This is the first time I see him this year. It's pretty cool to see him. He grew a little bit from last year. He's got short brows, but what a big frame, and he came right in here to 10 yards. He worked the scrape there, broke off that branch, got tangled up in his antlers. I mean, it's so fun to watch that stuff. He's a 5.5-year-old, and I just got my heart set on Dak with my last tag here, so got to sit back and enjoy it and watch him come by and mess with the does, and he actually worked off around the river bend here. And these last 10 minutes have been the first break in the action. But it is November 6th, and we're in a great spot for the deer to come around the river and cruise to this bottom. And my primary target right here is going to be Dak. I've had him on these cameras. I've got basically 4 cameras around me that he's been on. I don't think there's any chance of having Marino come down this way. I say that, but it's the right, you never know. But I've never had him on camera. I don't think he's ever really ventured this far this direction, but there's a possibility of Dak, and he's my primary target, so we'll see if he shows up. Well, it's a little after 11, and we've had, it's slowed down quite a bit over the last hour. It's really warming up. After I last talked to you guys, we had a few more small bucks cruise by. We've actually got a young 10 bedded, like 50 yards right now. He's been bedded there for an hour. Overall, it's been a great morning. We've saw 10 or so bucks, and the black-eyed 10 coming in close range with the stick and the antlers and everything. That was an awesome encounter. Jared hunted back in the peninsula this morning, so we're going to get down. I'm going to touch base with him and figure out a plan for this afternoon. Alright, it's afternoon hunt on November 6th. We're back at the head of the slough where we encountered Dak on Tuesday. That was November 3rd. I haven't hunted this stand in the afternoon since we bought the farm. I think I did it once or twice that first year. So it's been years since I've done this. It just works better in the morning because there's usually deer bedded right here. The access is good. We walk up the slough, and the slough is over my head, so it kind of muffles your sound, and they can't see you walking on this property, which is pretty flat. There's a fair amount of ground cover, but it's flat, so if they see something walking through the woods, you can bust out the place. So the access works pretty well, but the risk is that there's deer bedded right near it. And we walked up to the tree, we snuck up here, and there was a button buck bedded just 20 yards from the stand. He got up and he fed off right here by us. And then I started to climb up and hang the set. And I look up and we have two bucks cruising. One of the 3-year-old tens that walked under us the other morning. And then that, we call it the 4-year-old with the inside points. Jared mentioned him in a blog earlier in the year. He's a nice looking deer. He's kind of a tight racked heavy, and his G4s really point in. Got some kickers and stuff. We had him at 10 yards on the ground, and we were both just crouched down at the base of the tree. He made it past us, but then he got in the slough, and he got our wind. Our wind's blowing back up the slough. They got out of here. We quickly got in the tree. We've got a few hours to go. Hopefully that didn't disturb anything too much. So when we looked at the trail camera pictures today, Dak was on the food plot right here. That's 150 yards away. Yesterday morning and yesterday afternoon, looked like he was with a doe. And then we have a camera right here at 25 yards. That's part of our cutting link system. And he was on that camera at 6:30 this morning. I've encountered him out of this stand twice now, so he's really just hanging out right here in this little pocket, it seems. We have some daylight photos of him the last 2 days back in the peninsula on the cutting link system, and I've had him at night a few times on my piece for 76 degrees. We're having a great hunt, a great day, November 6th. There's the crab claw 10 again. That's a beautiful deer. We had him right here at 30 yards. This is where our wind's blowing. I've mentioned that before. The problem with this stand is you can have deer on all sides of you. The majority of the deer walk on the south side of the tree, or they walk through the pinch. They don't come and cross right here, but there is a trail right here.